Hey, bourbon brothers and sisters. Angry Mac here today, and my journey, the craft journey today, is going to take us to the Pacific Northwest, Oregon. Oregon Spirits. Now, people say I'm from New York. I say it wrong. I was saying Oregon. Apparently, that is not correct, that it's just Oregon. Oregon Spirits out there in Bend, Oregon. So, before you watch the video, please hit that like, hit that subscribe. Help me build a nice following here and join me on my craft journey. Craft, for me, is an unbelievable place where everybody should venture. Everybody should be looking towards the craft to give it a try. Support your craft. They support the community. Let's go. There's more to life than just a heritage and chasing down allocated heritage stuff. You can get that anywhere. The chase for craft is even better. So here we go. Out to Oregon. Out to Bend, Oregon, where everything from this particular company is sourced locally. Everything is sourced locally, whether it's the corn, the wheat, the barley, the rye, everything is sourced locally. Brad Irwin and his wife Kathy started this company back in 2009, and all they had was three things. They had some water, grain, and passion. Heard this right from Brad himself, who is an absolutely incredible human being to talk to on the phone. To be fair, he did send me these bottles. I did review them in the past. You can find those on my TikTok channel, Angry Irish Mac, or on Instagram, angry.mac. But to be fair, full transparency, I love them all. I think they all serve a different purpose in your bourbon journey, whether you're just starting, whether you're somewhere in the middle, or whether you consider yourself a seasoned whiskey bourbon drinker. So I'm going to go down the whole line for you. They take this grain locally, bring it to the distillery, mash it up, create whatever they're creating to get it going and distilling it using this mountain water. And if you're familiar with the temperature over there in Oregon, it is a climate that is conducive to producing some really bold flavors. Now, some of this stuff is young. They guarantee it to be 4 years, but now from 2009 to what we have now, distilling their own, their product is aging, and it's no longer just 4 years. It's 4 years and above. We'll go over that too. Where am I going to start right here? Let's start with well, we don't want to start there. That's a home run hitter right there. We're going to start with the Straight American Whiskey. Straight American Whiskey coming in, I believe, at 94%. Mine don't work that great. I felt this was a very pleasant pour, especially for a starter, for a mixed drink, for something that you were going to drink on the daily. Say you weren't going to work, or you were going to work the next day, even better, and you wanted to have a couple of drinks and not have something high proof. I found that this had a nice taste. You want to put it in an old-fashioned, fantastic. You want to put it with a Coke, fantastic. I felt this flavor profile was excellent, but it is more for somebody beginning or more for just casual drinking, I felt. But once again, outstanding. I don't even know how I have them lined up, obviously, because I started on the wrong side. Just saying, nothing is scripted here. Everything is just as me. You get what you get if you're going to tune into this channel. The second one was the American Malt. Now, I enjoyed this one. This was one that came out, and this is a 90 proof. This is one that came out a while ago, and if you're getting into single malts, it doesn't have to age long, I don't think, single malts. I think the aging process for single malts tends to not take as long as the bourbon. This is a tremendous product. Once again, if you're just getting new into the single malts, lower proof single malt, tons of flavor, definitely worth trying. Then we have the rye, the bottled in bond rye. Bottled in bond, 100 proof, everybody knows this. This rye was excellent. A nice spice, but an interesting spice. It wasn't your typical rye spice. There was a mintiness to it. There wasn't that baking spice quality, but you knew it was a rye. This 100 proof went over rocks. It went neat. It was absolutely amazing. I would drink this rye. I would offer it to a friend. In fact, I think I had some of it in my flask when I was golfing. Keeps you warm also. Then, the wheat whiskey. Though this wheat whiskey, now, again, to be fair and to be transparent, I love wheat whiskey. There's something about the flavor profile, that cinnamon, that maple. There's something about wheat whiskey that just really hits all the right notes for me. If you haven't tried whiskey, you probably should. You could start here. You could start with a Bernheim. You could start with so many different ones. I don't know why I can't think of one. Going with the carriages on it. Whips and Corsets, Journeyman. But this is absolutely fantastic. I felt it had a very light taste. It had some nice cinnamon notes to it, but it drank really easily. Anybody I shared it with, they all loved this and said some great things. Now, heavy hitter. Heavy hitter, and I saved it for last. I didn't even know it was last because I actually picked it up first. And if you saw the beginning of the video, you saw me pick it up first. So here we go. Cask strength bourbon. Aged 10 years, I believe. Coming in, I can't really read it from here, but I think it's 124. This is so full of incredible flavors from start to finish. It hits your mouth and your lips are tingling. Then it hits the front of the palate, the front of the mouth, and front of the tongue, the sides of the tongue, and it's a full flavor profile with a very nice lingering finishes that tends to heat up and comes down. It's like a little bit of a roller coaster ride, but it's a hell of a ride. Not scary. I would recommend that if you ever see this is actually 7 years. 7 years, and I would imagine they're going to get even older and older as they keep aging, as they keep distilling, as the company keeps growing. So this is my overview of Oregon Spirits. Now, once again, great place. Brad Irwin, Kathy Irwin, thank you for the support. I love to support the craft distilleries, and I love to support the craft distilleries that are excellent. This is part of my journey. Why don't you make it part of your journey? Oregon Festival, the Whiskey Festival, I don't remember it is. I think it's sometime in September or August, held on the property of Oregon Spirits. Last year, I believe, now I'm not sure because I wasn't there, I believe there were 14 or 15 all local craft distilleries getting together, sharing, talking. The camaraderie up there and the passion that these people have, whether you're in the industry or not, whether you're local or not, you're not producing bourbon and distilling bourbon and doing whatever you're doing with this whiskey in this industry to get rich, because it's not happening. It's love. It's love and passion. And I've spoken, luckily, to many of the craft people in the industry. They all have the same passion. They all have the same passion. And that's something that you're missing out on if you're not trying it. So once again, Oregon Spirits, highly recommended. Max says, go get yourself some. And that's where I'm going to end this. Well, I'm not going to end it right there. I'm going to get some of this wheat whiskey. I've got to pull this sucker open. And if you can't tell by the accent, I am not from Oregon. I am from New York. I know, yes, it is crazy to believe. I probably sound like I'm from Mars or somewhere if you're not from the Northeast. Cheers, everybody. Go find somebody you love, give them a hug, support your craft distillery, especially Oregon Spirits if you get a chance. If you see any of these bottles on the shelf, you get it. If you see this, you're welcome. And they're all reasonably priced, which is the best thing. Again, cheers. Now that's damn delicious.